Hello everyone, and welcome to the 6th quick top tip out of 7 on our way to the qualification round in GT Academy. Now this one's an interesting one. It's racing, and you can see in the background there's already a race going on. I'll explain that in a second, but there's two parts to this. So the first part is find yourself a decent community you can race with. Now you should have already been a part of that community, but it's good for the future as well if you get involved with a community. So I've been involved with Ronan and GTPlanet. There's quite a lot of people on GTPlanet, of course, but essentially what you're trying to find is a community where you're on the same sort of skill level, or there's drivers there with the same sort of skill level that you can try and beat. Essentially, if you go against really fast guys that are 2 or 3 seconds ahead of you, you're not going to really try and push yourself. Whereas if you race somebody who's the same level as you, you suddenly want to beat them, and you fight with each other and you develop each other. So me and Ghost pushed each other last year like quite a lot, and that helped us get faster and faster and faster. The second part to this is the GT Academy practice races. Now you've been seeing it in the background. This is one of the races and you can see how close it is. Essentially, if you qualify for a national final, I would recommend you take part in these and look out for these as fast as you can and get involved in as many as you can, because what it's going to do is going to give you a really good idea of where you actually stand in races. Now of course anything can happen at a national final, but if you've got a good idea where you stand in a racing environment, or actually just being in really close races, as you can see this is super close, it will give you a good idea of how much you need to improve or how much you need to adapt from the time trial into the racing. Now you may do a little bit of racing at the national finals, you may do a load of racing, I don't know. But the fact that these races happen, and they're really good races, they're really competitive, it's well worth taking part. So that's my top tip, get racing, and that's the 6th top tip. We've got one more to go, and I'll see you for top tip number 7.